All right, guys, welcome to Trading with Meatball. And if you're one of those guys that watches videos for 30 seconds, just go ahead and turn it off because I'm going to waste 30 seconds of your time before I give you anything valuable. I ran the analytics and or looked at them on some of the videos, and some of them people watch, but a lot of them people watch for 30 seconds or a minute. And I'm not bitching you out. I'm trying to help you guys. It takes longer than that to get some knowledge. I watch videos for hours. Some videos are an hour long, and I'll watch the whole thing, and I'll watch it two or three times. Watching professional traders as they go into a trade, and then watch the candlesticks play out as they talk through their strategy and what their thoughts are. But I feel bad for somebody that watches one of my videos for 37 seconds because I want you to steal my knowledge and put it in your toolbox. I'm just an old man that used to be a stockbroker, and I went through a divorce and lost everything. And so now I'm starting over with nothing but the knowledge in my head. And we're making it. Damn it, we are. Little by little, okay? Um, I want you to have that knowledge in your toolbox, and then you trade your plan your way. But we're going to talk about the Taiwan Semiconductor and how we use the Ripster's clouds. And shout out to Ripster. He's a great teacher. And there's a lot of good guys on Twitter and on the internet that have great videos you can watch. But watching a video for 37 seconds, I don't know that that's going to get you rich, guys. And I know people are busy and maybe they're at work. They don't have a lot of time. I get that. I was in the cubicle a couple years ago and trading out of my cubicle. And I understand how that is. But it takes longer than 30 seconds to get some knowledge. All right, so we're on a 5 minute chart here. Let's look at the 5 minute. This is the 5 minute, and the seventh is today. And so if we go like this in the open, this is what we saw at the open. But I trade the 1 minute chart for the first 15, 20 minutes, sometimes a little longer. And so in the morning, this is what we saw in the morning. Okay. And it's kind of deceptive because there was some red. I guess it was up here. Yeah, it was probably this one. Okay, so we went in right after the open on the second or third candle, about 3 minutes in or something stupid like that. And I don't like to trade the open too much. I talk about that. But I will take a piece of something. I'm just not going to go heavy. I analyze my trades, and quite often the first trade is the worst one or the one that I missed. And then the later trades like 10, 11, 12 o'clock tend to hit. And I want you to trade your plan your way, but there's so many videos out there from guys who say they're millionaires, and they probably are, and they only trade the open or they only trade the first hour, and they criticize and make fun of anybody who doesn't do exactly what they do. And I have to disagree with that. You trade your plan your way. My plan is easy. I wait till 10 or 11 o'clock and I get them and I take their lunch money. Why? Because if you go to 10 or 11, you can see the obvious trend in here that this is a 1 minute chart, but if you go to a 5 minute chart and oh, come on, now, let's go to the seventh. Come on, guys. Come on. All right, so here's a 5 minute chart. Each one of these little candles is 5 minutes. And about 10:50, 11 o'clock, she gave us some red and she went below the Ripster's clouds. And then later on in the day, I posted it on Twitter when it was doing the flag, and here it is about 12:55, about 1 o'clock, and I put this on here, and I gave them this flag, and I said, it's a crazy day. She's flagging. I got a mini flag on the 5 minute, and then it started to move. I gave them this one. I said, here we go, and she's coming out of the flag. Okay, that's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, guys. We're waiting all day long to get that second setup. Okay, and look at what she did in the afternoon. And you can look at the SPY and say the same thing about the SPY. And we do this in our Discord every day. I always tell people I'm looking for 10, 10:30. Let me see a dump or a pullback at 10 o'clock because we get a lot of dumps at 10 o'clock on the SPY or the QQQ. And sometimes they run all day, but a lot of times nothing goes straight up. But let's talk about TSM, the Taiwan Semiconductor, and how we use the clouds. And Ripster actually posted on Twitter today to hold the SPY calls because the SPY was outside the clouds. And shout out to him for having the eggs to say that. Most people don't have an opinion and they post stuff after it happens. But on the 5 minute, you can say it stayed outside the clouds. And when it stays outside the clouds, you can hold it for the home run. And I don't do that right now. And I talked about why I have a small account. If I miss, I don't eat, guys. I'm just an old man trying to recover from a divorce, and I get a few $100s with a disability every month, and I have to turn that into something to pay my bills with. That's right, every month or every week. And if I miss, I don't eat. So I can't miss, right? And when I do, it hurts bad. So I go in and take my 20, 30, 40%, 50%, whatever, and I get the hell off. And I do it again and again and again. And the account grows, and then I pull money out to pay bills, and then I start again on Monday morning. And that's my life right now. But the account's growing a little bit, and so are we. And when I had a bigger account and I had thousands and thousands of dollars, I wasn't trading smart. I was trading stupid. And so live and learn, right? Learn from my mistakes, guys, not just the banger charts that I post. But let's look at the 5 minute, and we are on the 5 minute. And when you go to the 1 minute, it can be a little confusing, maybe. Let's go like this because this is the morning and this is the 1 minute. And so the 1 minute looks scary. Look at this pullback right here on the 1 minute. Okay. And that was what, about 9:30, and then it takes off again. This is the Taiwan Semiconductor. But on the 5 minute, it's not so scary. And so zoom out is always the answer. And there you go. There's those red candles that look so scary about 9:39 or whatever. They don't look so scary on the 5 minute, right? And they were outside the clouds. And so later on in the day you have the clouds, but in the morning you don't. In the morning you just see this, and the cloud still hasn't even formed yet. But when it's that far up and it's staying on that path, you can hold longer. And we went in a couple times. The guys in the Discord do whatever they want, and the Discord's free. You can come join us. But my point is, you can use the clouds to spot retracements as well as telling you when to hold longer. And so the retracement was later in the day when it went down into the clouds and below a couple times. And we use this yellow line here, which is a 20-day moving average. And so it chopped for a couple hours and started forming the flag. But when it came out of the flag about 1 o'clock, I posted that on Twitter for everybody. And I said, here we go, right? And then I gave them several warnings. And why not? They help us, we'll help them. And so use the clouds for holding longer, use the clouds to spot retracements. Um, but you do it your way. You don't have to do it my way. But you certainly, again, guys, if you watch the whole video, my hat's off to you. The more you watch and the more you learn, the better you're going to be. And we want you to do well. We want you to steal our knowledge and go make some money and do some good for your family. Okay, but watching videos for 30 seconds isn't going to do it. Look at these retracements. Now, these are 5 minutes, so each one is a 5 minute candle, but you got a 5 or 10 minute retracement, and then she goes again, and then back into the clouds and off the clouds again. Always off the clouds, but not, she never went through the clouds, and she never went underneath of the 20-day moving average. And this is from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock. This is a 3 hour run. You could have gone in at any time. And lots of times, especially with a SPY, we see big red candles that'll retrace all the way down into the outer cloud, which is this blue one, and then it comes back up, and that ruins your time value. TSM didn't do that today. She stayed in this main cloud or above it all day. And so what a banger setup with a couple of retracements. You could have gotten in several times. And we hope you got something out of this, and we hope you do well this week. God bless you guys and good luck. And yes, we share the whole screen. We just don't care.